All right, guys, getting into the news for this week for War of the Visions. I've been trying to hold off. That's why I didn't make a video yesterday to see if they'd put out any banner news pertaining to Odin, and it doesn't seem like they are. So we're going to talk about, your options, and or maybe they are and they just haven't released the news yet. So if they end up releasing more news for a banner, I tried to wait as long as I could to make the video, but eventually I just have to make it and get it out there. So I'll talk about it on one of my streams, or probably while I'm pulling for them, on why, what I think of the banner as we move forward. But first up, we do have Chapter 6, Scene 1 coming out, meaning we're getting more of those story rewards, more Visior for you guys to be putting in your pockets, and recovering from what was Final Fantasy Tactics. Plus, we get to see some more of the story, which is great. Next up, we get a equipment type event that I've been hoping for a while now. It's going to be one that gives us if we scroll down, secret books of refinement for armor, which are the armor awakening books. This can be used on any armor that you guys have that you're making. I am going to be farming this like you wouldn't believe. You can see that it says brutal difficulty at the top. It's going to be unit level 80 is the recommended, and we're going to be able to get the smart coat, which is going to give us a lot of spirit for against magic damage dealers, and then the golden helm, which I don't think you're really going to use it that often, but it is something you guys can pick up. I'm hoping that with this quest we also get the how we got the books, and then we also got the seals and the vision card experience. I'm hoping that all goes into this, but either way, I highly suggest you guys farm this a lot to get those secret books of refinement armor, because the only other way you can get them is for trading in like your arena points, or your PvP points, or medals, excuse me, and that's going to be tough. It's really tough to get as many as you need to level up all the armor you're going to need, and I'm going to be working on my Sage's hat with this, so I'm going to farm a lot of this, and I'm excited about that. They talk about there being a Chapter 6 celebration because it's releasing, and we get another one of the daily logins where we get Visior and a couple of other good things. It looks like it's the normal 2,500, and we're getting skip tickets as well, and those are always great to get through some of the stuff. And here's the big news we were looking for last week, and it actually is the release of Odin, and Odin's going to come in the form of a vision card, and then also if you get the vision card, you're also going to get the Esper Odin. And I can't stress this enough that the Esper Odin is one of the best, if not the best Espers in the game moving forward. He is the best Esper for physical damage dealers when he comes out. He's always the best one for slash damage dealers, which is half the meta as it is. And then, he's in second place or competing against a lot of the other ones. For example, Ifrit gives you pierce damage up. Eventually, we're going to get things like Tetrasilphid, I do believe, gives us like shoot damage up, etc. So those Espers are going to be a little bit better for those damage dealers. But Odin's going to have attack up, slash attack up, man-eater. He's going to have, slash defense. He's just a whole package when it comes to an Esper. Like, everything you can get on his board is amazing. You're actually going to have to sacrifice some of his board in order to put everything on him. I'm talking, I think everyone needs to get a hold of him at some point because he is just that strong. Looking at his vision card, it's also pretty good. Bestowed effect, boost man-eater. Great in PvP, right? Just phenomenal. Outstanding ability there. Party ability, unit attack, resist up. So that's just going to give you a little bit more defense, resistance against attacks, and also give you the ability to have man-eater. And then all of you guys know how good killers are in this game and FFBE. So it's really, really good. Now, do I think you need to keep summoning and level up that vision card? No. I think there are other vision cards in the game that you probably already have that you want to be really working with. But as far as the Odin Esper is concerned, you just have to get him, and you're going to feed him as much of that of those ores, those magicites, excuse me, as you can. And the thing about Odin, from what I understand from the JP version, is he eats every type that he can get his hands on, but he only receives 0.75 of the full experience, where everybody else gets 1 times. He's only getting 0.75, so he could be fed all the stuff you've been farming or all the stuff you have in reserve, but he is going to take a little bit of a penalty because he can do that, so be aware of that. Moving on down, we do have the, this is, I do believe, it's a beautiful art in this game, just wonderful. I thought this was a New Year's, exclusive, but it was, MR, Greetings from Afar, Bestowed Effect, Magic Up, Party Ability, Boost, Aquatic Killer. I guess, this would be a card you may want to use if we are going against an aquatic monster, right? It's going to give it to everybody, the ability to have Aquatic Killer. There could be something in PvE you want, but this isn't like a must-have leveled up until that time comes, and then I'm sure you can get by without it. It'll just be really nice to have. So overall, they're just not talking about a banner for these, and I'm not sure if it's going to come out later on that they are going to have a banner. But what I find very strange is Odin was supposed to be on the Catone Whisper banner, and for him not to be there, a lot of people are like, well, they didn't want to use 3 URs, Claic, like they have been doing. Guys, the UR vision cards have no effect on what you can pull as a character, right? It's 2% for characters, 2% for vision cards, and then within that 2%, it is divvied up again amongst all the other ones. And then you have rate ups in there, for units or then on vision cards. So essentially, if they're splitting up this, or they're not even giving us a banner for it, they're kind of taking away one of the strongest, if not the strongest, Espers in the game, or they're making us summon on 2 different banners, where it would just be beneficial for everyone if it was the same way it was on JP, with Catone, Whisper, and Odin on a banner. That way you have an equal chance of getting them all without really hurting your chances of getting either one, right? Because like I said, you have vision cards on one side, units on the other, they're both 2%, and then from there, Odin would have a rate up. It does not affect Catone or Whisper's rate up at all. It seems really weird. Now, again, with everything going on in the industry, with the thing going on around the world, I know that maybe there's some translating they had to do or something they had to fix in the game and they delayed it that way. But I really don't like it, and I hope not to see it in the future when it comes to other banners where there's really strong Espers or vision cards attached to units, because, when you're pulling, you're getting a lot more value if that's all available to you to get instead of having separate banners, you know what I mean? So hopefully that gets fixed in the end. Scrolling on down, we do get the ability to challenge Odin in the Beast Den. That way we can fight his Esper and get him 2 stars. So you want to get that Odin leveled up as fast as possible. They talk about maintenance going to be happening, so all kinds of stuff going on there. You can read up on that. You can read up on the currently known issues if you'd like. I cannot stress this enough, that you must go watch this trailer. If you are an anime fan, this trailer blew my mind. It is a trailer that is pretty much setting up the story, essentially, for War of the Visions. Shows kind of like the past stuff. As you can see here, it's Stern and Mont kind of like hanging out, and Mont's like patting him on the chest. And it is a very beautifully animated, nice song going along with it. Trailer they talk about, you guys can watch. And it says the animated trailer. Oh, here we go. It's some up close pictures of it. And an animated trailer will be added early June into the actual game so people can watch it. I loved it to death, and I really wish they would just do an anime, of War of the Visions, because I'd love to see that. The art style is a little different. You can see with the eyes, but it kind of gives me Full Metal Alchemist vibes. Like, I don't know, maybe it's because Mont kind of looks like Ed to me right here, and maybe, like, I know Stern has black hair, and Al has the blonde hair, but it kind of looks like Ed and Al hanging out here, and it really resonated with me. They're also having an event to kind of correlate with that, which is going to be like a Facebook thing where if you like, comment, or share, we're going to get 1 Visior for every reaction, 2 for every comment, and 3 for every 1 share. And then total, they're going to add all the things that happened to this video up, and everybody can get up to 2,000 Visior. That's pretty good. So hopefully everybody out there is participating. You can see the official Facebook is there, and we get that 2,000 Visior for everybody. But I would recommend watching the trailer just because it's cool as heck. Actually retweeted it. And our last bit of news here, I'm going to refresh the news just in case something sparked up there for a minute, but our last bit of news here is 2 times Google Play Points campaign. I don't know if you guys know much about Google Play Points. I don't use them because I'm using Amazon Coins personally, but they are a great way for you guys to like get kind of in-game rewards. You spend money, you get Google Play Points from what I understand, and then you can buy things in-game with them, which is kind of cool. It's you can get different stuff for your games, depending if they support the Google Play Points. But War of the Visions does, and I do believe FFBE does as well. And they're running, you get 2 Google Play Points in the US stores, it says, for this campaign. So if you're going to be spending on it in the game, you're going to be able to do that. So looking here, it does not look like they're giving us any kind of banner, which is very weird to me. I'm just hoping that there is something that I'm missing here and that they do put a banner, because we really need a rate up for him. Because a lot of people really need to get a hold of him, to be honest. And I'd like to see that change, because honestly, with War of the Visions, there hasn't been some kind of big like problem we've had to deal with before. It seems pretty smooth sailing so far for global. Everybody's kind of enjoying themselves and letting everything happen. There's actually been a lot of good changes for the global version. We're missing some quality of life. That's another thing I'd love to see here, is some of that quality of life that they talked about and outlined. But I know we have to give gaming companies and companies in general, everyone, a break with what's going on. But this seems a little bit weird, and I really need a rate up for him, because I don't want to just be doing like random pulls trying to get him, you know what I mean? Get a UR vision card, then hope it's Odin. That doesn't seem fun. So maybe it's just going to be released here in a little bit. There is going to be an Odin banner. But for now, guys, if there is an Odin banner, definitely pull. I will be pulling. I think he's very much worth it. On my stream after the maintenance, if he ends up having a banner. And even if he doesn't, I might mess around somewhere trying to get him. I don't know. It seems kind of dumb to do that, but we might try with it, because he is just that strong. And I want to get my hands on him, because I did get a couple of good Espers. I have Ramu and Shiva, but I'm not really using mages. I mean, Odin is going to be the powerhouse that drives a lot of your PvP attackers and your PvE attackers. He is a a must-have for some people like me when it comes to this game. So if you guys like this video, give a thumbs up. Comment down below if they release more news. Talk about it, please, amongst yourselves. You can join the Discord and talk about it. And again, like I said, I'll talk about it on my stream. Subscribe to me here on YouTube for future content. Follow me on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Claic Yuzolt. If there's an Odin banner, we'll talk about it there. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Please give me an Odin banner, please.